fish fans, it's Raina, and today I wanted to tell you about my experience getting my new tattoo. So I've already done a video about tattoos and how I think it's totally okay to be a professional mermaid with tattoos. I have literally never had an issue. Some people say no tattoos, but you know what? Mermaids know pirates and pirates give tattoos. So I think it's a really easy thing that you can incorporate. It's fine, stop worrying. So before we get into my video though, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Click the bell if you want to get notified. If you're watching on Instagram, please give us a follow. Leave us some comments, let us know what you think. Do you have tattoos? Send me pictures. I want to see them. Tag me on them. I love tattoos. I never thought I would be a tattoo person because I deal with chronic pain, so I was like, why would I want more pain? But I actually don't find them to be too bad. So I get my tattoos at a place called Darling Tattoos. It's a tattoo shop owned and operated by women, and they're super talented, and I've had the same tattoo artist for 99% of my tattoos. The only tattoo that she did not do was some lettering that was done by an apprentice tattoo, and she actually did redo it for me and touch it up. So I have a couple of other tattoos that people have already seen. I got my Annette Kellerman a year ago. I got my Madison from Splash done in a few different sessions, and she's got a wave and it says "Be Water," which is a Bruce Lee quote that I love. And now I've got a manatee because a few years ago I went swimming with my friend Captain Gene. Shout out to Captain Gene. He runs the company Snorkel with the Manatees in Florida, which you can find on Facebook and Google. And I had the most amazing experience swimming with these manatees. It's part of our documentary and people got to watch it in the theater, and they came up to me, and one of the mamas brought her little baby to meet me, and I felt very privileged, really special, because they're wild animals and they do what they want. So if they like you and they decide to interact with you, that is really amazing. So if they come up to you, you are allowed to touch them if they touch you first. You just can't be bothering them and chasing them. But in my tattoo, my little manatee actually has some green on his back, and that is the moss and lichen that grows on them, and they like to have you scratch it. So that's pretty cute. But yeah, so my manatee that I have, I got Lacey to design it herself. She does these really cute chubby bird tattoos, and she does a stippling effect, and I asked her to design it similar to her chubby birds and I loved it. So you can see some clips of me there getting it done, and it was really awesome. And I didn't actually find this one hurt at all. Not at all. It just felt like somebody kind of drawn on my skin. I don't know why, because millimeters away it totally hurt over here for this one, but for whatever reason this one didn't hurt. The other one I had has a bit more of a backstory. I have it on my back here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it very well. Yep. So this started out as a symbol that my friend Terry came up with, and I feel like it was an internet joke because I think there was a news article or something about mermaids, and some really religious person got on there and started saying that we're part of the Illuminati or something, and then it became, the joke was the Illuminati, and then Terry made this funny little logo and we started using it to kind of encourage this conspiracy and just as an internet meme for mermaids to be funny. It's the Illuminati, and it looks like the Illuminati symbol, but instead of the triangle it's a seashell. I just think that's hilarious. I've always loved this logo and I've wanted to do something with it, and I've joked with Terry all the time and I've said, oh man, I'm gonna get that tattooed someday. And over the past few years I have really become engrossed in the culture of the evil eye, which is this symbol that transcends many cultures, many religions, and often you see it as a hand with an eye in the center, or it's just an eye, and it's meant to ward off people who give you an evil look. They give you an evil look. Many people believe that if you're given a dirty look, it can curse you. It has bad intentions for you. The person's toxic or narcissistic. And I have experienced a lot of those people in the mermaid world, because when you work in a platform where you get to get attention, everybody wants that attention. There's nothing wrong with wanting attention. There's nothing wrong with needing attention. We all want and need attention. We all want and need validation. It's what some people are willing to do to get it and who they're willing to hurt, that some people don't care if it's good or bad attention, right? Like they'll start drama to get attention just because they want to be relevant or whatever. I've dealt with a lot of those people in the mermaid world, and I used to feel really alone. And in 2017, when I had so many bad things happen to me and I went to therapy, I talked to a therapist who actually actually had experience working with famous people, which was really cool. She actually had worked with Kiss and like all kinds of cool people. So she was giving me this perspective of how it's not unique to mermaids, it's part of doing any kind of work where you are in the public eye. So models, photographers, dancers, actors, actresses, anybody who gets attention, YouTubers, whatever, you're kind of, you've opened yourself up, and there's genuine people and then there's total sociopaths, and it happens. Like, it's like moths to a flame. So I've had to deal with a lot of those people, and I tend to be a magnet for them because I'm empathetic and I give people too many chances, and I feel really bad for people, and I'm easily manipulated by feelings, and it's been really hard to learn not to do that because I just really care about the mermaid community. I've been in it now for 11 years, and I am very sensitive. And it's hard for me, if somebody tells a lie about me, it's hard for me to just ignore it. And they know that, and they love that. They love to push my buttons. It's like, let's go lie about Raina because she will flip out. I have done a lot of work around learning to disassociate from these people, and I've made my little bubble, and I've learned how to respond instead of reacting. And I've learned that just because this person says this awful thing about me doesn't mean that everybody believes it. Just because they say it doesn't make it true. They don't get to decide who I am. I decide who I am. Sometimes I might mess up and I might be in the wrong, but the difference between me and some of these toxic people is that I can own up to messing up and apologize, and I can get up every day and try to be a better person or a better mermaid, right? That's all we can do. Is if we screw up and we learn better, we do better, right? It's when you know there's better and you decide not to do it and stick in your old ways that it starts to become toxic. So this is kind of a theme in my life because I've overcome child abuse. I've navigated even outside of the mermaid world. I had a lot of really toxic friends because I sort of went with what I knew. I sought out abusive people without realizing it because that's all I really knew, and it was comfortable. You get like trauma bonded. So there's been a lot of that theme in the mermaid world for me. I've had to really face some inner demons. I've taken a lot of therapy. I've learned a lot of strategies, and I'm so much healthier. I knew I was getting better, but I would still hit these bumps in the road where I would encounter one of these people. They would do something that would break my heart, and I'd go downward on a spiral of depression. I used to feel like I had to fight them all the time. If they were lying about me, I had to put the truth out there and argue, and oh no. But then once I started stepping back, I realized that when you're dealing with a toxic person like that, it feels like everything's just about you. But when you remove yourself from the situation, you realize that everybody sees it. Everybody knows the truth. And if they don't, then they're probably a victim like you getting manipulated. These sociopaths are crafty people, and we do get them in the mermaid world. Not everybody is happy-go-lucky, let's make dreams for kids, let's save the ocean. Some people just want to climb some invented ladder and be what they think is the most popular and successful, you know, as if mermaids are out here getting $1 million contracts or something, right? It's just mermaiding. Like, nobody's making bank on it, guys. So I've finally gotten to a point in my life where I actually don't care. I don't have to try to not care, which is what I used to have to do. I don't have to ignore because it's just automatic. They're just, these people aren't in my life. I only associate with really great mermaids and community people. I have let things go. I don't feel like I constantly need to tell people my side anymore because I figure they can figure it out for themselves and they can make their own opinions. And no, I'm over it. I'm just over it. And I felt like I needed to mark that, and that's part of why I wanted to get the tattoo. So the Illuminati tattoo and the evil eye, it kind of came together because the evil eye is like this symbol, and I think that's why I became so fascinated with it. It's this symbol of overcoming these narcissistic, toxic people and getting away from them and not being hurt by what they put out there. So that's why I got it, and I got it on my back because it's like it's watching my back for me, right? And it felt really symbolic to do a mermaid themed one because it's in the mermaid world where I have experienced the most of this. In 2017, I had somebody put me in a tabloid and lie about me in the most craziest, insane ways related to mermaid stuff. And it happened when my mom died, and I was suicidal. I thought my life was over, and that was their intention. They had threatened that they were gonna get back at me or whatever with all this stuff, and I had tried to be the bigger person and not let it get to me. But when it actually happened in combination with my mom dying, I didn't think I could ever get through that or get over it. I remember sitting in the bathtub and just feeling I had nothing left to live for. And it's so sad because this is a community that I love so much, and I have given so much of myself to it, and I have tried to build it up, and I've met so many amazing people. I've had so many amazing experiences because of being a mermaid, and this one thing just made me not want to be alive anymore, and it was mermaid related. And that was like the hardest thing I ever dealt with, and I got through it, and it took me years to really heal and get over it, but I did. And now I just feel good. And I know this is kind of rambly, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna relate to this, and maybe we don't talk about toxic people enough, and maybe we don't talk about the impact it has on our growth and our spiritual and mental and emotional health, and the unseen scars that it leaves, right? So despite all that, I still put myself out there. I like to meet new people, I like to do things, and this is kind of like my badge of honor. I overcame that, and it's watching my back, and I still have an open and loving heart, and I'm ready for good things, but I'm not an idiot, and I learned from the past, so I'm still just a little bit weary, right? So anyway, my friend Terry freaked out when she found out I got it. I sent her pictures from the tattoo studio, and she was super excited. So yeah, it was pretty great. I love it. It hurt. This one did hurt, but it didn't take very long. I didn't get color on it yet. I am gonna get color on it soon. Can't swim when you first get the tattoos done. It can depend on like your skin and your health and your immune system. For me, it usually takes about at least a month before I can swim again, because I need it to be completely healed. You don't want to get any kind of gross infections or anything. But yeah, that's my tattoo. There's my tattoo story. There's my tattoo videos and my little Phoenix song, swan song, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's a Phoenix song because you're rising from the ashes, right? I'm totally rambling, but you can tell I'm passionate about this because I'm rambling. I love my tattoos. Check out Darling Tattoos on Instagram. You can check out Lacey Darling on Instagram. She's my tattoo artist. Big thanks to my girl Terry who drew this one. Big thanks to Lacey for drawing this one. And yes, you can be a mermaid with tattoos. If you don't believe me, watch one of my suggested videos, which happens to be discussing the total topic. Best fishes, check us out on patreon.com/Raina Mermaid, and thank you so much. You're the best.
We're running in with the tide. We're